Hey everybody, let's get ready to complete our second clue sheet for the Mystery Donuts Challenge that we're doing this week. Solve the clues to find out who has been making the donuts disappear. Once you're done solving the clue, go to your character sheet and cross out any of the characters that you have eliminated using today's clue. Okay, let's take a look at the directions first. If we were in the classroom together, I would always tell you before you begin working to circle or highlight directions. Since we're not in the classroom together, I still want to encourage you to take time to read the directions before you do anything else. Here we're told to crack the code by completing the multiplication and division questions below. Use your answers to match and place the letters in the boxes that reveal the clue. Put the letter in every box that it matches your answer in. There may be more than one, and the first one has been done for you. Okay, so here we can see that when you multiply 879 thousandths times 10, you're going to move the decimal point over one spot and get 8 and 79 hundredths, which matches with the letter N. So anywhere in this grid where you see 8 and 79 hundredths, the letter N has been added for you, because this first one they did for you. So note that there's more than one letter N. Now let's do number 2. We're going to multiply 1 and 22 hundredths times 100. There's 2 zeros in 100. Since there's 2 zeros in 100, I know that I need to move my decimal point over 2 place value positions. So I'm going to rewrite my number, 1 and 22 hundredths, and then just move my decimal point over 2 spots. So that gets me 122. Now I need to look at my grid, and anywhere where I see 122, I'm going to add the letter A. And of course, there are several A's because that's such a common vowel. Okay, now let's do number 3, and then I'm going to let you complete the rest on your own. We're going to multiply 4 and 6/10 times 1,000. Since there are 3 zeros in 1,000, I'm going to draw like a crazy three-eyed monster here. There's 3 zeros in 1,000. So I need to move my decimal point over, whoops, would help if I copied the number correctly. I need to move my decimal point over 3 spots. To make this easier, I added a couple of zeros to the end of the number as placeholders. Rewrite the number, and then just move your decimal point over 3 spots. So that gives me 4,600, which is the letter I. So I need to add that to my grid. 4,600. I'm sure there's got to be more than one I somewhere in here. 4,000, here's one. Okay, so now you are going to complete the remainder of these items on your own and let me know if you have any questions. Remember that when you're done with this sheet, go to your character list and cross out the character that the clue eliminates. Just kidding, I lied. I realized we should probably do a couple of the division ones. Okay, so let's take 642 and 1/10, and we're going to divide that number into 100 equal pieces. There are 2 zeros in 100. So I'm going to move my decimal point over 2 place value positions. Since I'm dividing, my number is going to get smaller, so I need to move my decimal point to the left. So when I rewrite my number and then move my decimal point 2 spots, I end up with 6 and 421 thousandths. Okay, so now you need to go back to the grid and add that for the letter V. Now let's do the next one. We're going to multiply 309 and 71/100. Sorry, we're going to divide that number by 10. Only 1 0 in 10. So I only need to move my decimal point over 1 spot. Remember that when you're dividing by 10, your decimal point moves to the left to make your number smaller. So this number is going to be 30 and 971 thousandths, and that goes with the letter T. Let's do one more. We're going to divide 88 and 4/10 into 1,000 equal pieces. So you can imagine we're going to end up with a very small number here. That would be like taking $88.40 and sharing it with 1,000 different people. Everybody's going to get a pretty small amount of money. There are 3 zeros in 1,000. So I need to move my decimal point over 3 spots, of course. Rewrite your number and add your zeros as a placeholder onto the other side of the number, since you're going to be moving your decimal point to the left. It looks a little funny to write the number like that, but it will make sense once you move your decimal point. Okay, so now again, we're going to move our decimal point over 3 spots because there are 3 zeros in 1,000. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us this teeny tiny number, which I'm going to round to the nearest thousandths. This is your tenths place. This is your hundredths place. Think like this is dimes and this is pennies. And this is your thousandths place. Actually, no, I'm not, because I noticed on your grid they just left it. Okay, but in other situations, not including this worksheet, you would round this to the nearest thousandths place. So this number here is 5 or less, let it rest. So this would round to 88 thousandths. But for this worksheet, we're going to leave it alone. Okay, now I'm really done. Go ahead and complete your clue sheet and see who you can eliminate for our mystery.